whomever says that eliminating fear is a way to build confidence. Well, Toastmasters gives you that opportunity to be as fearful as you want,
Yeah.
and then they're going to give you the feedback. Hey, here's what will help you improve in that area. But I also believe that fear.
Welcome to D50 After Dark. I'm your host, Mickey Bennett. And in today's episode, we'll be having another conversation with professional speaker Victor Johnson, and he's going to tell us all about confidence and charisma. You don't want to miss this conversation. Welcome back to D50 After Dark, Victor.
Thank you, sir.
I've enjoyed talking to you so much, and it's occurred to me you are a man with charisma.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that.
We've talked a little bit about confidence and charisma before our interview, and I think charisma can be kind of an enigmatic idea. Confidence, we are a little more familiar with talking about it in Toastmasters. So first of all, like, what is charisma? What's the difference between confidence and charisma?
Charisma is kind of the flair. It's how you carry yourself, which for me, I believe also translates into confidence. But charisma is more of a way of carrying yourself. It's an air about yourself. I think it's, especially as you're relating to professional speaking, it's a way that you manage the stage and the audience, right? Which is why I believe it also translates into confidence. Confidence is knowing your material, knowing that you are the right person at the right time for that speech, and it shows because you prepared, you've done everything. So I think if I were to define the two, charisma is one of those things you kind of bring with you. It's who you are. I don't know that there's a way to necessarily teach somebody how to be charismatic. You can give people ideas about what it should be, but your charisma will be different than my charisma, I believe. I think it's almost more like a personality, whereas confidence are technical skills that help you to be comfortable on stage, well, as we relate to speaking. So confidence is, I know what I'm talking about. I know why I'm here. I know what the goal is, and I understand who I'm speaking to. And so you speak with a different vigor, and that, again, I believe translates into how you're carrying yourself, because I may not be as charismatic if I haven't done the work to understand my material, but I can still be confident and, know what I'm saying, but it doesn't come off as natural. So as I'm talking through this more, I'm coming up with even better definitions for charisma. It's just a natural being of yourself. It's almost like a personality, I would say.
Yeah. From my conversations with people before about these topics, I think people have the impression that, confidence is something that you can learn or develop by eliminating or dealing with your fears. But charisma, I think a lot of people assume that you're pretty much born with charisma or you're not, and that's that. But what I'm hearing from you is that possibly developing our confidence will lead us to charisma, whether we were born with it or not.
I agree with that, because as you're confident with what you're saying, now you can implement your own personality and your style to it. If I don't know the stuff, I got to be locked in on what it is I'm supposed to be talking about. And I'm kind of abandoning me being natural in that moment. So I think they definitely tie in. And I feel that I can't, again, teach you how to be it, but I can teach you how to be more confident, and hopefully the charisma comes out of it as a result. That's one of the benefits of you being more confident.
Now we briefly discussed in one of our previous conversations that a lot of the things we do in Toastmasters is to convey credibility.
Mm-hmm.
And I think confidence is one of the most important elements of conveying credibility, because if you're not confident in the things you're saying and the way you're saying them, nobody's going to think of you as someone who's credible and someone who can be listened to.
I agree with that 100%. And you look unconfident.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, what am I supposed to say next? Like, that would be like you, Mickey. If you didn't know what we were going to talk about today and you weren't prepared, you kind of just got to sit there and wait and see what's going to happen, right? And you don't come off as powerful as you are here sitting here now. And so I think that's an important element.
Well, fortunately for me, I have had the benefit of one of the most powerful ways to build confidence experience,
Yes.
specifically through doing hundreds and hundreds of table topics questions.
Hmm.
I don't know if there's anything else that could build confidence
Yeah,
more than having to answer unexpected questions over and over again for years.
I agree with that. That is a tremendous benefit of being in Toastmasters, that whole table topics experience.
Yeah. So, given the central importance of confidence, how do you recommend people build confidence?
Go to Toastmasters is one way, right? I
Yeah.
like get around. Look, because being honest, it's the feedback that you get from a Toastmasters meeting where oftentimes as a speaker, it's the last thing you're looking for somebody to tell you where you messed up. Well, when you come to a Toastmasters meeting, you know that you're there for them to help identify areas of opportunity that you have. So that helps you build confidence because you're improving on your weakest link, your weakest area of public speaking. So, what I would encourage is definitely get involved there. Short of doing that, then getting comfortable by doing as much speaking in public as possible, if that's your calling, if that's what you are wanting to do, become a public speaker. I have the fortunate opportunity. So, just like you have hundreds of table topics, I have hundreds of public speaking experience, starting back from being a speaker at a youth group when I was 15, 16 years old, to all of the different leadership trainings that I had to facilitate through my corporate career, to doing stuff that I do now with the workshops. I've been on TV shows, I've done radio. Like I've had microphones in front of my face for decades, and it has helped me to where I can be confident in just about any situation. I don't care who the audience is. If you give me a topic that I'm comfortable talking about, I'm going to go out there and shine as if I've done that speech hundreds of times. It's just, but that takes practice. And I think you hit it on the head with experience is one way that you will definitely build your confidence.
Experience.
Yeah,
And in Toastmasters, you can build that experience when the failure doesn't matter.
exactly. Exactly. And so to your point, whomever says that eliminating fear is a way to build confidence, well, Toastmasters gives you that opportunity to be as fearful as you want.
Yeah.
And then they're going to give you the feedback. Hey, here's what will help you improve in that area. But I also believe that fear can help build charisma. And you definitely didn't expect to hear that, I'm sure, Mickey. But here's the thing, some people have it in them that fear drives them to even excel even more. And I'm one of those type of people that when I feel fearful, that gives me motivation to really step in and do my very best so that the next time I feel like, well, I was scared of that and I just killed that thing. You know, right? So for me, it motivates me to even excel greater.
Do you have any examples of when a fear motivated you?
It's been a while since I've been fearful on stage,
Sure.
but my first time speaking on one of these workshops for the bank that I work for, I'm comfortable speaking, but now I'm going in talking specifically about loan products and things that the bank has. And I had only been on the team, 3 or 4 weeks. So there was some fear. Am I going to say something that is not appropriate or anything? And in that moment, I just stuck with what I knew. Let me tell you guys a story about how I was able to get approved for a mortgage and just talking about the things that I did. And that helped me be more comfortable. And I'm sure I was pretty charismatic in the same time because now I'm talking about something I'm near and dear to my heart, something I'm comfortable with. So in that example, I was fearful that I would give inappropriate information, but I just defaulted to let me talk about what I do know about this, and the rest will just take care of itself.
Yeah. So, touching on charisma again, we've talked extensively about confidence
Hmm.
and how building confidence can lead to charisma. Your audience notices that you're confident and that comes across as charisma. Is there anything else we can do to demonstrate charisma?
Well, we're talking about speakers here, right? And I think one thing that has helped me, and I think it will help other speakers, is take a look at yourself. Make sure you're dressed appropriately, right? You don't have a coffee stain on your shirt or, boogers hanging out your nose. Like things like that are the little things that that just completely kill a speech. And for me, when I have on my favorite blazer or my favorite tie or I'm wearing some nice clean shoes, my charisma really steps up because now I'm like, this guy is on, and it goes beyond arrogance. It's just more of being sure of who I am and that I'm presenting the best product that I have available to present. So for me, getting the charisma is just taking a look at everything about me, knowing my speech, knowing my audience. It's like pulling all those pieces together. And when I feel like I've gotten it down, I've had people ask me all the time, do you get nervous before you go on stage? Well, by the time I'm at the foot of the stairs to get on stage, I know my speech. I've once over myself. I've double checked my teeth. I know a little bit about the audience. I know why they brought me here. All of that gives me confidence. And then I can go out there and really shine charismatically. So I would say for those people who want to build charisma, like you got to look at everything that you're bringing. You are a product when you are going on a stage. And so are you packaged well? Is your voice right? Have you had your tea and lime or honey, whatever it is? Like you just want to give the best of yourself. And from there, I think the charisma shows. And again, your natural personality will be conveyed because all the other stuff has been taken care of and you've ensured that.
Yeah, I think from what I'm getting from what you're saying, you said two really great things there. One, dress the part.
Mm-hmm.
There's a saying that you dress not for the job you have, but for the job that you want to have.
Yes, sir.
Which is really great advice. When I realized that, I started wearing suits to work.
There you go.
And I'm the only one there wearing a suit,
Yes.
but hey, I'm dressing for the job I want.
Yes.
Right. And so dressing the part, giving your presentation is part of part of the total equation of charisma.
Mm-hmm.
And then what you also said, you talked about basically really knowing your material, knowing it inside and out. And I think that's something that I don't always do because I rely so much on my ability to speak extemporaneously that I don't always have that rigor in knowing every aspect of my speech inside and out. And I think that's really great advice.
Yeah, it helps tremendously because otherwise you look like you'll get to the point where, I've exhausted my knowledge base and you look like something has happened on stage. Now, a guy like you would be good because you could still call on those instantaneous thoughts. Not everybody can pivot like that, especially while they're up in front of 600-700 people in front of you. So that's a great skill set.
Yeah, so build confidence through experience, dress the part, know your material. All these things will give charisma.
Yes.
As we close out the conversation, do you have a call to action for our listeners?
Yes. So these same things that we just talked about, I teach in my Be the Victor Speaker Academy, which they can go to bethevictor.us. And we teach people about how to show up on stage and really kill it, how to build charisma, how to build confidence. And again, you're not taking my charisma, you're building your own charisma within yourself. And so the call to action would be visit the website, bethevictor.us. Look at our training site to see if you are a good fit for the Be the Victor Speaker Academy.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much. And in our next conversation with Victor, it'll be our final conversation, and we're going to talk about how he gives back to his community.
Yes, sir.
This is going to be a really great conversation. See you next time.